It's Labor Day, and the nation refuses to stay silent. Stephanie Ruhle's voice pierces the late summer calm, urgent and steady, setting the stage for a story of accountability and power. Across Alabama and Ohio, Trump's strongholds, a storm brews, not of politics as usual, but raw frustration. Republican lawmakers, long shielded by loyalty, face constituents demanding answers. Town halls, once predictable, have become arenas of confrontation. Every question, every challenge, forces leaders to reckon with the consequences of their choices. Stephanie frames the stakes, signaling a Labor Day reckoning where loyalty is tested and every voice could shift the balance. Inside packed halls, anger crackles, voices rising over polite applause. Constituents demand answers about Medicaid cuts, the harsh Big Beautiful Bill, and a federal government overshadowing local control. They shout against leaders cozying up to dictators while ignoring the people who elected them. Soundbites cut through the tension. Citizens call out Republicans for neglect, evasion, and inaction. Each question is a spotlight on accountability, each challenge a refusal to be silenced. The halls echo with frustration, determination, and defiance. The people will not wait, will not accept indifference, and their voices leave no room for complacency or escape. In Alabama, Barry Moore's town hall became a flashpoint. The crowd pressed for answers he seemed unwilling to provide. At the end, he exited through the back door, watched by skeptical constituents. He denied slipping away, insisting he engaged with the audience. But disbelief lingered. Citizens, standing firm, demanded due process and genuine representation. Voices rose in unison, repeating a single word: shame, a moral hammer striking complacency. Each repetition carried weight, a collective refusal to ignore neglect. In that room, leadership faced its test, and the people reminded Moore that public office is not a private retreat, but a public responsibility. Nationwide, over 1,000 workers over billionaires events erupted, streets and squares swelling with voices demanding justice. The same group behind May 1st protests brought renewed energy and focus. These demonstrations weren't mere rallies. They were a statement against wealth inequality, a challenge to corruption thriving in shadowed boardrooms. Working-class Americans, long sidelined in debates, mobilized beyond the ballot box, claiming power in public spaces. Every chant, every raised fist reverberated determination. Labor Day became a stage for collective action, a dramatic reminder that change is seized together. The streets hummed with defiance, signaling a movement that would not be silenced or ignored. Tim Miller, Eddie Glaude, and Matt Dowd converge, voices sharp, framing the political storm. Tim emphasizes the energy at town halls, constituents demanding accountability, signaling midterm consequences. Eddie highlights growing disagreement over Trump's policies, tariffs affecting grocery bills, and simmering frustration in households. Matt underscores people as the ultimate check on leadership, their engagement the only limit to unchecked power. Together, they show a nation at a crossroads, where citizens rise to confront authority, where voices swell against neglect, and where every action and reaction could reshape the political landscape. The tension is palpable, the stakes undeniable, the drama unfolding. Iowa Senator Joni Ernst exemplifies the struggle between loyalty and conscience. Amid a red state, her past town hall remarks about Medicaid cuts drew outrage. Pressure from Trump and GOP leadership looms, challenging her independence. Personal convictions clash with political expediency, testing integrity and courage. Every decision carries consequences. Every vote reflects values under scrutiny. The electorate watches, questions linger, and the delicate balance of representation versus obedience weighs heavy. Ernst's choices illuminate a wider party tension, where leaders must navigate loyalty, accountability, and personal principles. Her path is fraught with pressure, resistance, and the unrelenting gaze of a watching public. Citizen engagement pierces the armor of power. Town halls, protests, and vocal advocacy reveal a widening rift between constituents and their representatives, even in Republican strongholds. People-driven action counters political inertia, forcing leaders to respond. Midterms loom, testing energy, organization, and moral resolve. Public anger, once dispersed, pulses through streets, screens, and conversations. Every protest, every raised voice becomes a reminder. Accountability cannot be ignored. Leadership is measured not by silence but by response. The story underscores a truth. When voices rise together, change is possible. Democracy is not passive. It is claimed, defended, and tested. And the nation watches, waiting.